القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر.
Salam Alykum. Be sure to download your free implementation workbook. We go through it step by step. All the videos correspond with it. We have laid it out very strategically so you can master Quranic Tajweed and Quranic Mastery and implement it while you go along. Okay, so be sure to download this and it will help you on your journey. It's free to download. The link should be in the description. Salam Alykum.
Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Welcome to lesson number 7. Lesson number 7 is continuing the lessons on al-mad, and in particular the lesson on maddul far'i. So in previous lessons we looked at al-maddul far'i bisabab al-hamz, and in this lesson we will be looking at the maddul far'i bisabab al-sukun. So bisabab al-sukun means due to the sukun, due to the sakin which occurs. So let's dive straight into it. Now, before we go into the different types of med, the med bisabab al-sukun is divided into 3 types. So, the 3 types of med bisabab al-sukun is al-maddul aridu lis-sukun, the second one is al-maddul lin, and the third one is al-maddul lazim. Now, al-maddul lazim is further divided into 2 types. So the maddul lazim is divided into al-maddul lazim al-kilmi and al-maddul lazim al-harfi. So the compulsory word med, kilmi is word med, and the compulsory letter med, harfi, is letter med. And the kilmi and the harfi is further divided into 2 types of categories. So the al-maddul lazim al-kilmi is divided into al-maddul lazim al-kilmi al-muthaqqal and al-maddul lazim al-kilmi al-mukhaffaf. So the muthaqqal means heavy and mukhaffaf means light. And al-maddul lazim al-harfi is divided into the same sort of category, al-maddul lazim al-harfi al-muthaqqal and al-maddul lazim al-harfi al-mukhaffaf. So this is what the categories are divided into. And of course we'll be looking at each one of these types of med. So let's dive straight into al-maddul aridu lis-sukun. The al-maddul aridu lis-sukun means the presented sukun med. The presented sukun med. This med does not have a set length. This med can be read either with qasr, tawassut or tul. It is the choice of the reader which length they want to read. It is, however, important to continue that length throughout the recitation of that sitting. So what does that mean? That means if the reader starts with tawassut, then they must read tawassut continuously till they finish that round of reading. So that round or that sitting, a sitting is defined as either 1 rak'at of prayer or a single sitting of recitation without the need to read the isti'adha. So again, we read about the rules of isti'adha, is about talking, getting up and doing something else, eating or drinking. That will be defined as 1 sitting or 1 rak'at of prayer. So essentially the choice of the reader. Now the definition: the med which occurs at a stopping point. A med letter alif waw ya appears as a sakin letter in between 2 mutaharrik letters, and the last letter is read with a sakin due to a stop. So let's have a look at this. So if we have a look at the last word here, and the last word there, and the last word there, that there's a sakin and there's a sakin, but this sakin is presented as a sakin, so there's a haraka and haraka and haraka and haraka and haraka and haraka. But the last letter is presented as a sakin. Why? Because we're stopping there. So let's have a look at this. So Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Hum fiha khalidun, wa inna rabbaka lashadidul iqab. So these mad letters can be read as 4 or 6 harakat if the reader is stopping on the last letter. If continuing, they will be read as maddul tabi'i. So if you were continuing, it will be Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, and whatever comes after that and whatever comes after that. But if we are stopping here on the end of the ayah or we run out of breath, then we can stop in one of three ways. So the first one is qasr, and that would be Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. The second is tawassut, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And the last is tul, or also known as ishba', Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And the same for this. Three possibilities. Hum fiha khalidun. Hum fiha khalidun. Hum fiha khalidun. Same with this. Three possibilities. وَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَشَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ وَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَشَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ وَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَشَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ. So there are three possibilities. Qasr, tawassut, and tul. So these are three possibilities. So there has to be a mad letter in between two mutaharrik letters, but this last one will be presenting a sakin due to an end of an ayah or running out of breath or a stopping point. So that's al-madul arad al-sukun. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Most people tend to recite with qasr because shortness of breath and it's just faster and easier. But for whatever reason, if you want to recite with tawassut or tul, that's the reader's choice and there's no problem with that at all. So let's have a look at the next mad as well, which is al-maddul-lin, the soft mad. This mad, like the mad arad al-sukun, does not have a set length. This mad can be read with either qasr, tawassut, or tul. Again, it's a choice of the reader which length they want to read. Again, it's a sitting that they need to be consistent with. So in one sitting, they must consistently read a particular length. So what is the definition? The mad which occurs at a stopping point, a waw or a ya, appears as a sakin letter which is preceded by a fatha. Now, an important thing to consider is that they must be stopping here. They must be stopping at a stopping point. So let's have a look at this example. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ. That is two harakat. That's qasr. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ. That's four harakat. Tawassut. And the sixth ishba' or tul. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ. And let's look at the other one. This is the ya, of course. الَّذِي أَطْعَمَهُم مِّن جُوعٍ وَآمَنَهُم مِّنْ خَوْفٍ. That's tawassut. And if you were to read with that was qasr. If you were to read with tawassut, الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. That was tawassut. If you read to read this with tul, الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. That is with tul. Now, one other important thing to consider, that this maddul-lin has an interrelationship with the mad arad al-sukun, which will be discussed. And another thing that we mentioned before previously is that when we're coming to the maddul-lin, when continuing on this mad will be read between a haraka and two harakat. So between one haraka and two harakat, this is known as maddan ma. Madda ma. So this is la rayb min khawf. That's not one haraka, but it's neither two harakat. That's if you're continuing. If you're stopping, then it's qasr, tawassut, or tul. Now, let's look at the interrelationship between the mad arid and the maddul-lin. The two mad have a connection in that the maddul-lin is dependent on the mad arid al-sukun. So the maddul-lin is dependent on the mad arid al-sukun. So let's look at the general rule. The general rule is that the mad leen can never be longer than the mad arid. So the mad leen can never be longer than the mad arid, the sukun. The leen can either be the same length or shorter than the arid. So this is the general rule. So let's have a look at the dependent rules. So there's three possibilities. Number one, if the mad arid is read with qasr, then the mad leen must also be read with qasr only. So if it's qasr, which is 2 harakat, then the mad leen must only ever be read with 2 harakat. Number two, if the mad arid is read with tawassut, then the mad leen can be read with either tawassut or qasr. So again, tawassut, mad arid, then the same length tawassut or qasr, which is shorter. And the third possibility is that if the mad arid is read with ishba' is tul, then the mad leen can either be read with ishba', tawassut or qasr. Is the reader's choice. Again, it's the choice of the reader which length they want to read. It is, however, important to continue that length throughout the recitation of that sitting. And again, the length of the mad is depending on the speed of the reciter. If the reciter is reading with tahqiq, tadweer or hadar, then the length of the mad will also change and adapt according to that. So this is enough for now on the mad arid, mad leen. And now we will be on the next one. We will look at the next video. We'll look at the mad al-lazim.
If you enjoyed this video, guys, please like this video so we know you enjoy it, as we can make more. Please write a comment and tell us what you thought about the lesson. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe now. Jazakallah. Salam Alykum.